Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Mack back at you. So I'm in East English Village in Detroit, Michigan. On this particular property, I have my buddy Brian Adamson. He's the actually developer on this particular project. I am the lender on this particular project, but what we do is we go in together and we collaborate on what's the best way for us to bring these projects to our investors that are basically all over the United States. And so what we do is we find, like this area had a decline at one point in time. It's on its way back up, and that's how we try to catch these properties. So this property we bought for about $40,000. We put about $60,000 worth of work in it, and now it's on the market for $149,000. So our investors would make a nice little penny on this particular property. So what I want to do is kind of walk you through the property, show you kind of what we did to the property. You guys can do this in any city and state that you're in, and we can show you how to do it. Let's go in, let's go check out this property. So as you walk in, one of the things that you want to do when especially this property is on the market, you want to get as much light into this property as possible. This property actually has hardwood floors throughout, which is most definitely a bonus, a good feature that most people actually want, because a lot of times people come in and they actually rip the floors out and put hardwood in. This one already had it. So when you look at this kitchen, at one point in time, there used to be a wall that went here. We took the wall out, make sure that we had an open concept. People love to be able to come in, have the airiness of a room, be able to talk to people back and forth. So we opened up the kitchen, nice open kitchen, stove, refrigerator, dishwasher. If they want a little eating area, or they can put the actual eating area right where we walked in at. So downstairs we have 2 bedrooms, one to the left with a bathroom in between the two. Your other bedroom. We're gonna head on upstairs so you can see the upstairs and see how it was finished as well. So when we talk about getting into properties, you wanna make sure that you have a nice clean palate. This palette, they used a beige palette in this house. They still have the floors, the wood, the treads still in oak. So upstairs, you have a nice spacious master bedroom. I mean, very nice open concept for a master bedroom. And then, of course, most features in the master bedroom is the bathroom, and a lot of times the closet as well. Nice walk-in closet upstairs. I mean, you can't beat this. You have new windows, new open, so you get as much light in as possible. And you also have the master bath. So this house is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, fully complete. This is what you want in a house. Nice, clean, new owners come in, they don't have to do anything but move their furniture in and enjoy their family. So we're gonna take it back downstairs, because what I wanna do is when we get downstairs, I wanna show you the basement, because the basement, there's a few key things that you need to look for in the basement when you're buying these houses. You wanna look at the plumbing, the electrical, and the mechanical. Let's go down and check it out. So in most houses, you're gonna walk in. As I mentioned to everyone before, there's a lot of different piping that's actually in these homes. You want to make sure that you have a new updated plumbing. So you want to go with what they call PEX. So PEX is plastic piping. Usually, of course, blue is for cold, red is for hot. It doesn't really matter. As long as the plumber knows how to plumb, he should plumb it up to the right appliance. So we have new PEX in the house. What they've also done, before I get to the electrical, you can see they've run new ductwork. There's new ductwork that's been put in, and a new furnace. So they have a new furnace, they have new plumbing, and then over here, they don't have a water tank, but it looks like it's in good condition. It's still plumbed in with copper. So we talked about PEX plastic, there's copper, and then as far as another supply line is CPVC. So those are really the 3 major plumbing supply lines: copper, PEX, and CPVC. So let's go look at the electrical panel. Most of the electrical panels that you should come into, this is not a new panel. I can tell just by the look at it that it's not a new panel, but it does have circuit breakers. So that's the good part about it. It has circuit breakers. If a circuit breaker goes bad, it's very easy to go to one of your local hardware stores and get it replaced. So, that's a great thing. As far as this goes, This is just being used as a junction box. At one point in time, there was fuses that probably went in there, and then they converted the fuses over to a circuit breaker box. So with that said, I mean, I can tell that they've done some minor repairs in plumbing. So this is your stack or all your sewage that goes out. They've come in and they've changed the cast iron piping to PVC piping. So PVC can only be used for waste piping. CPVC can be used for supply. So they've come in, obviously there must have been a leak or a break, and they actually did some modifications. The same way when you see this PVC piping, this is probably coming off a bathtub or something that's upstairs. They've done some modifications and changed that to PVC, which is good, which means that they may have had a leak or a clog, and they just upgraded it. So when you come into a house, you look for those upgrades. So they've done a ton of upgrades in this house, plumbing, electrical, HVAC system. So they've gone through, and those are the things that give a homeowner peace of mind when they walk into a property. So they've done a great job. Cosmetically, it's one of those things. There could be a lot of different people who like a lot of different styles. Some people like modern, some people like traditional. You just have to, find the right house that has the style that you like, and you'll be in good business. But you have to make sure when you come into a house that you make sure the interior is taken care of. We can go outside and take a look at the exterior, because you want to make sure that the windows and the roof is up to par, because those are two additional costs that you need to look out for when you're buying a brand new house. Let's go check it out outside. So I'm outside and I'm looking at the exterior of the house. I can see that there's a brand new roof put on. Architectural shingles have been put on. There's actually new windows and new trim that's around these windows. I think they did an excellent job. Of course, in the city of Detroit that we have basements, a lot of times people put in glass block windows on their lower level, and that prevents, so when those go off, when those are hit, it sounds like a gunshot goes off. So number one, it's hard to get through, number one, and number two, once you hear the impact, it wakes up everybody in the neighborhood. It's not like a thin glass. So that's a good safety feature. Remember, I always talked about safety first. Watch your step, safety first. In the backyard, they put a nice light to illuminate the backyard as well. So they've done things the right way to make sure that not only are things installed properly with the new roof, new windows, security windows on the bottom, but they also have lighting that's outside as well. So they've done an excellent job in that regard. One of the other things that you need to look at when you're dealing with a home like this, I don't know if you can tell, but there's been a tree that's been removed. So that tree was a massive tree. You guys have to watch out when you're buying new homes, that when trees are in backyards, a lot of times they have roots. And when those roots, they sometimes can cause problems with your sewage system leaving out of your house. So you have to be aware of that. That tree is probably, of course, it's dead now because they cut it down. So at that point in time, usually the roots and everything else die as well. So one of the other features that you want to make sure is that you have a driveway that is not broken up, because driveways will cost money in the end. Those things, as long as they're not severely cracked, this driveway will hold up for them. So overall, I would say, this property actually has a 2-car garage, which is a bonus feature, and it's actually in pretty good shape. Some fascia board probably could have been changed, but other than that, the property, like I said, overall is in good shape. These are the types of deals that we bring to people. These people are probably going to make $40,000 or $50,000 after this deal is actually completed. It's a beautiful brick house in East English Village in the city of Detroit. So keep following us. We'll bring more deals to you. Remember, if you need any hard money lending, hit me up. Mack _REI. I'm there. You need to be there, and you need to be talking to me. We'll catch up soon.
Good vibes, yeah, we brought 'em.